All right, cool. Okay, cool. We are officially live. Hopefully, in like the first 10 minutes of us coming up, it is now 6:10 my time, 7:10 Eastern. So, hopefully, you got some snacks if you wanted to. But hello. As you've seen my face before, see it more and more on the BlerdOver squad. My name is Kristen, aka Blerd Sunbae, and with Sunbae being a Korean K-drama reference, with Korean drama reference overall, I hope I'm saying this right, Annyeonghaseyo, which is the formal way to say your face. The
Not
formal way to say
multilingual,
hello.
okay.
A little bit Rosetta Stones.
It's the formal way to say hello.
Yes, when you look at it, I try to pronounce each little part Annyeonghaseyo, but when I watch K dramas, it's like Annyeonghaseyo. I was like Nyaseyo. I was like, what?
안녕하세요.
Which way do I say it? Like,
안녕하세요. Okay,
yes,
okay, okay.
yeah. So that is our way of saying hello to you all. So I'm going to hush up for a second and allow Yasmin, aka Yiggidy, to introduce herself. The floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. I was hoping this part wouldn't come. I don't know what to say
Breathe.
about myself. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. My name is Yasmin, aka Yiggidy. I am a blerd, a black nerd, but I was always shy about that part of my life. So in these recent years, probably like 2016ish, I became more open about liking anime and gaming and manga and things of that nature because that was always I was always low key about it. Like none of my friends knew that about me. So I was introduced to Twitch and RDC. They really influenced me with opening up about my love for anime and gaming and things of that nature.
Shout
And
out.
I actually became, yeah, shout out RDC. Those are my boys. Like when I say they really opened the door in some form of my life, they did. They opened up my mind to like black people being in different communities and liking different things and nothing being wrong with that.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so I was a closet blerd and now I'm more open about it. So today you can find me streaming on Twitch, making TikToks, also just discussing my love openly for anime and for gaming. I'm actually a gamer now. I used to just watch it, but now I live it. I'm a real shooter now too. So yeah,
Oh,
I can like,
okay. Sure.
pew, pew, you know what I'm saying?
We so serious.
I'll be with a little shooting action or whatever. But yeah, so that's a
Yes.
little bit about me, closet nerd to now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you kind of like when you had your intro, you touched on a lot of different things that I was thinking about and some additional things that I wanted to ask you. So first off, we're going to actually start with you talking about being a closet nerd. So you saying you didn't have like many people like around you who were into it. Now, was that like the sole reason, or was it like you kind of saw? Well, let me tell you, let you tell the story about that because I didn't realize it was that recent. Because we met in 2018, I didn't realize it was recent for you to be more loud and proud about it. So is it just that you didn't have people around you who were into it like that until you saw RDC, or was there like any type of like people being disrespectful towards you? Like, how was that journey, that transition?
All right. So I started watching, I don't know how old I was when I started watching anime, but I know my first anime that I consider was Naruto. I'm not considering like Beyblade or like Pokemon, any of that.
Ah,
But like my
Beyblade.
real I had a real love for Beyblade. Like I don't want to go down that.
Like,
I
don't
really
pull your
had a
eyes
love for
out.
that. But like but I guess like Naruto, like actually realizing what anime is as opposed to like cartoon. That started with Naruto, and I don't remember how old I was, but what I do remember is like there's always this connotation. I don't know if it was self-imposed or well, it was a little bit self-imposed, but it's also from the environment I was in. None of my peers watched anime. Like my best friends, they were into like social things, like, oh, let's go to this party or function, when you're younger. Just trying to get out the house. Oh, let's go to the mall. Let's do all these things. But to me, I was more quiet. I like to read books. I had a lot of manga that I just flipping the pages, just reading through. But I'm the only child. I would do that in the comfort of my own
Oh,
home.
me too.
No one. Okay, we got that in
You
common.
didn't realize this before. Wow.
I just love being in a book. Yeah, well, no, I think I did know you were an only child. I know.
Okay.
I wanted to say I knew that.
Cool.
I know how to spot an only child. I don't know why I think I have that like on the radar, but I'm like, yeah, she an only child. Yeah.
Okay,
but it's just like there was this connotation, like people that like that thing, like that liked anime or that liked, well, mostly anime, not really manga, but like they were vocal about it in a way that I wasn't. Like I wasn't the type to Naruto run down the hallway. I wasn't the type to say random Japanese saying and like, I don't know. I didn't adapt the culture in that way or try to like become anime. It's just something I liked as though you like a musical artist. I didn't try to change into that musical artist or replicate that art in my life. It's just something I appreciated. So I never felt as though I fit in with those people because I didn't express my love the same way they did. And then on the other side of that, people who didn't watch anime thought that people who watched anime, because of how they were vocal about it, were weird. So I was just like, I'll just stay in my little corner. Like I don't have any siblings. I don't have anyone to come in my corner. Like the only person that knew that I liked anime was literally my mother. And she didn't care because that's my mother. And she would be vocal about it. I'm like, Mom, like, I don't watch that. What are you talking about? Like, you're embarrassing me here.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, I was very proud. Mm-hmm.
That's what's
and that was when I was like 14 until I got into my 20s. But I will say I took a hiatus in between like watching anime. There was a brief stint in time where I just did not watch it. And then it's like I got reintroduced to it more and more. The rest is history.
I feel you on that. One thing I was thinking about when you brought up Naruto, girl, that's a staple in all of our lives. I wish everybody could grow up with Naruto. I'm not gonna speak on Boruto. I wish everybody could grow up on Naruto because it was so good. Like, the soundtracks, the stories, just the tears. I don't know if you. Well, I kind of did a mix of both. Like, I watched Naruto up until a certain point, and then I just got sick and tired of waiting. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this from chapter 0 to 700 some odd, whatever it is.
You started the manga?
I read the manga. That was the first like actual manga that I read, start to finish. And I was like, I missed the theme songs. Like that's the one thing that I'm just like, that's the one take back. I'm like, I really like that connection of the music because I own Naruto soundtracks. But I was like, girl, I gotta finish this. It was like one summer, lost sleep until like
that is blowing my mind. Like of all the episodes and me waiting like month to month or week to week, I never even considered picking up the manga and reading it from start and like going through that. Like that never even crossed my mind.
I was in probably college when I did it. It was like I was just doing 1 or 2 summer classes, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it in one summer, and I'm gonna stay up till 5 in the morning every time until I just can't stay up no more. And I got through it, but ultimately, because it's not about me, it's about you. Would you say Naruto is what got you committed to anime? Because there's like a difference between what got people exposed to it and they didn't really kind of process that like, oh, this is its own category, and what got you like committed. Like DBZ was probably my first one at whatever age I was, and Inuyasha is where the commitment to like, wow, like this is what I'm into, like came in there. So was that like Naruto for you? Is that how it happened?
Yeah, I'm just like flashing back to the Toonami days, but I remember watching Naruto. Naruto is what got me exposed, and then me realizing it was its own progressing genre was with Naruto. But I also remember watching Inuyasha. I'm trying to think of the other staples I was watching each week.
Full Metal
But Naruto,
Alchemist.
I would say, is that oh, I love me some Full
I done
Metal.
got you started.
The staple, like Naruto, is where I transitioned and realized like this isn't happening. Like it's not a random cartoon. It's something that's progressing, and I actually want to continue this story. I remember being invited to parties and like events on Saturdays, and I'm like, is this gonna conflict with my Naruto? Like I have to weigh my options here
I know
because
that's right.
they'll replay the previous episode the following week. But if I miss 2 weeks, like I didn't miss the episode and I'm gonna be lost. Like I had to like be strategic. But yeah, I would say Naruto is what solidified everything for me. Like even though it was my introduction, it was also the staple. It was what kept me in the door.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely a good one for me. Like I'm kind of, it's one of those things where I'm sad that it's over. Like dang, like this is really a part of my history now. Like come on.
I'm so like it came to a point where like I was speed watching the rest of it. I started skipping fillers. I'm like,
Oh
I ain't got
yeah.
time. I have to skip these fillers. Cause some people are so committed. They were like, yeah, I watched every filler and da da da. I'm like, I need to get to the meat and potatoes. So
Yeah.
I still have never watched the last episode of Naruto. That's the only episode I haven't seen. Of Naruto Shippuden, I should say.
Though you said the last one.
Yeah, the last episode, I still haven't watched it.
Oh wow, the fact
It's
that you
been
kind of avoided spoilers up to this point.
Well, I
Girl.
know what happened. It's just like I don't want it to end. It was my childhood.
Oh girl, I get like that too. I've done it on a couple of anime. I think the most memorable one for me was Carol and Tuesday. Like I enjoyed it so much. I just didn't watch the last two episodes. I was like,
Really?
the music's too good. This is a great journey. Like I freaking
Is that
love
the one with the friends that were
like the
or
blonde girl and then like the black
and the
girl with like the
younger?
pink overalls.
Yes.
Yeah, I freaking love that. What are you saying in the comments? Boruto is trash.
Very much so. Well, I have to be open minded, but I was like, this is not. I'm not the target. This is not what I'm supposed to be consuming. This is not for me. This is for the next generation, and I had to like understand that.
Yeah, I'm just like maybe for my future kids, like they can watch it, but I'm just like I'm gonna need you to appreciate where it came from. Okay, I'm gonna appreciate.
Mhm.
Somebody said, or maybe the same person says, am I saying it right?
Zatch
Zach
Bell?
Bell?
Yes, I was about to say something about that. Zatch Bell, I used to love that show, and I want to go back and like see, like, was I even understanding what was going on while it was happening? I
I've
want
never
to,
seen it. Is that
yeah, I used to
good?
love it. Yes, well, it was at the time. I remember watching it. I couldn't even tell you like the plot of it right now. I just remember it was like a blonde headed boy, but now like that really triggered me right there. I gotta pull that back up.
Oh Lord, you triggering my guess.
Yes. No, that's no a good trigger, not a bad trigger.
Oh,
No
okay.
trigger warning here.
We like good triggers. We like good ones.
Yeah. And dang, I was about to say something. I might have forgot that fast. Okay.
I was like, I give you a little time. But
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. You good? Did it come back to you?
Yeah, I was gonna mention how like when I did find out like I loved Naruto and I loved like anime as a genre. The way I used to speed run through animes made no sense. Like I would enjoy it in the moment, but as soon as it was done, I was like, I gotta consume more of it. It was like addicting.
Ooh.
So I just remember speed watching so many animes, and I would be like, now somebody will bring up an anime. I'm like, yeah, watch that. And they'll be like, oh, you remember when XYZ happened? I'd be like, that sounds very familiar.
Girl.
This is like 7 years. Like it was so many years ago. It's been a while.
I had that exact. I didn't realize what to call it, but I literally had that same feeling. Like that's a part of why I created my page, so I can still remember what I watched. And there's even like maybe one or two anime where I'm just like, I watched 2 seasons of this, and I don't remember watching this at all. Like you and I both know, like we went to I don't know, it's probably every dream con, but like there's always like a group of guys grouped up arguing down all the details of DBZ, and I'm just like, I don't even remember that happening. I can't you gonna take away my Blerd card because I don't remember none of this. I don't like I can't do it. I will lose.
Yeah, they love to like it's literally a circle and it's just these dudes so passionate. No, in episodes, this happened. I'm like, all I did was stand there and record. I'm not even gonna try to enter your conversation. I don't
Mm-mm.
want you to challenge me. Just do your thing. You
Oh,
got
I
it.
would be a disappointment for like all the black women nerds, all the blerdettes. I'd be such a disappointment because it's like, sure, I guess that happened. I don't know. Mm-mm.
One
But
thing I was gonna say like I that's why I typically don't lead with, oh, I love anime. Like when I was younger and when I could keep up, I used to do that. Now I just say I'm a casual anime watcher. Like it's something I enjoy to
oh
do.
yeah,
But I don't like when people try to take away what you love because you don't dedicate as much time that they're able to or that they dedicate to the
yeah. Okay, just
like
because I'm
I
doing a
still love anime. I
PhD.
Yes, I just can't dedicate life every minute of my life to it, but I still enjoy it. I like it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you don't get like a PhD in watching anime, don't mean that like you're discounting. Like, mind you, okay, people may be mad at me for this. Now, if you just watch Dragon Ball Z and that's your claim to being in it, like that might. I mean, I can still include you, but it's certain levels to it. I'll say that. I'm not gonna say you can't be a part of the crew. I'm not gonna gatekeep, but it's like there are different levels to it. You know, there's the DBZ levels, and then there's like the levels that have like you just got more volumes to it. And I kind of got a lot of people who like say that like they're nervous about going to conventions because they don't know enough, they don't want to get, you know, charged
Murder.
up about it
Yeah.
or something like that. And I'm just like, stop. I literally like, okay, I don't think anybody knew this, but I don't think anyone knew this, but like when we did a group photo shoot and BlerdOver for what was it, Tokyo Revengers. I have not laid eyes on an episode. I haven't laid eyes on like Tokyo Revengers. I haven't laid eyes on uh Jujutsu Kaisen. I think I'm saying that right. I have not kept up. Like I'm halfway through part 2 of Attack on Titan, and the stuff that's coming out in 2023. I'm just like, do I just want to stop and read the manga because we're in 2022 right now? Like I can't keep up. And then My Hero, I'm so far behind on that.
Oh, me too.
Who isn't behind on One Piece? Like those golden people who are caught up, not like not even the manga, who are caught up on the anime of One Piece, because that's different. Those got to be like the most committed people ever. So if you find, if everybody out there watching or rewatching, if you find your boo is caught up on One Piece, that's a committed one. Go on, wipe them up, husband them up.
The loyalty is there.
Yes, yes. They ain't going nowhere but to the couch to turn on Netflix or Hulu and watch it with your boo. That's all. Oh
What's
my
funny, I
god.
haven't seen Tokyo either, and like I'm just now watching the newest season of Attack on Titans. Like it's real in the anime community. Like you can be behind. I mean, I may be actively trying to catch up, or maybe I'm just cooling it right now. Sometimes I like to like wait for stuff to stack up so I can binge it. Like you never know.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard I the founder of BlerdOver, Skip.88, he said that he's doing the same thing. Like he's just waiting for it, the entire thing to be finished, and then he'll catch up later. And I understand because I will forget stuff or I will get anxious. Like, dang, you left me on a cliffhanger. Like, no. But I don't know if Attack on Titan is healthy to binge because I be needing those week breaks. I
No, yes, because you're like, dang, this is kind of heavy. Like, and that's why I don't understand. People will be like, anime or oh, that's just cartoon. This is for kids. Like, do you really want your kids watching this?
No, literally every single time I think something is for kids, I've been proven wrong. Every single thing that I've watched, it'll look like it's for kids. Like take Invincible for example. I'm just like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
cool, that's a cool cartoon. First episode, I'm sick to my stomach. I can't handle this. I was like, oh, he just playing. He gonna let go. He gonna let go, and I just see his eyes. Just I can't. I can't. I can't. Like I don't know if you've seen like the latest Marvel movie either, like the Doctor Strange movie. Have you seen
Yes,
that?
I did. Hmm.
Okay, that was even a little more gory than I expected. I don't remember Marvel being as graphic like that. Maybe I'm just not caught up on everything. But I was like, she got cut in half. She gets squished by this statue. This man brain exploded. I'm just like, no, this Invincible all over again. I can't.
You ever
It's
know
just,
Winston? Like, oh my gosh, when is it over?
everybody's just not meant to lay eyes on everything. I can't.
Hmm.
What was I about to ask you? You said okay. You were talking about how you took a break from anime for a second, and like started to kind of get back into it and like keeping up a little bit with it. How do you feel anime watching is now compared to before, like when we were growing up on it? Like, is it like more fun or is it the same? Or does it kind of feel like, it's a task to keep up with so you can like get your content out? And does it feel like a job? Like, how do you feel about where it is now?
So back in the day, I was watching it because I just had a love for it. Like I enjoyed the content. I just wanted to enjoy it as a kid would. As it has progressed, I think the community at one point, like if you'd asked me this like a year or two ago, I was like, the anime community is kind of like y'all need to chill out with this gatekeeping. Like, oh, like you have, especially like I felt like it was a younger crowd just speed running through these animes and then like trying to shun people or say, oh, you don't know your stuff, or like make it competitive. And I'm like, it's not competitive, it's just something we love. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can love something to the extreme, but you don't need to shun people for not having that same level. And I know I keep like talking about it, but that's just something I noticed and witnessed in the community. As of now, because I would have said that like a year or two ago. As of now, I think it has somewhat leveled out. It's more like, oh, you watch anime, oh, okay, and you can have a casual conversation. When I consume anime, it's strictly like for myself. Like I have a show partner for some anime, like JJK, but like if I'm watching an anime, I'm watching it simply because I want to. It's almost like I'm a kid again. Like this is a great story. I want to consume it. I love it so much, and yeah, that's just what I want to do in my time. It's not something I'm doing for a job or anything like that. Though
Mm-hmm.
there was a period in my time I wanted to have like an anime podcast, but I was like, I may tackle that in the future, but right now it's just something I love and I cherish. So it's like me time.
Mm-hmm. I feel you on that. I think that I would my answer to it would be like it's kind of balanced half and half. I definitely I wouldn't say it's a job in a bad way, but like I joined BlerdOver like a couple months ago back in February. And ever since then I realized like there are some people who run circles around me, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just anime. It's because I'm like more like anime K drama side. They just cover it all: wrestling, anime, K drama, DC, Marvel, game. I was like,
How
this
can you
that
be pulled
movie.
in those? Yeah.
I was like, I want to be able to add to the conversation and everything, and I want to like, I want to make sure I stay on top of it because they are good stories, and I don't want to like pass by when it's all in the moment. But sometimes I also kind of balance it out with myself to kind of still have it for me. I think my happy medium is like a good slice of life anime. Like I don't see anybody else talking about it. I mean, some people maybe one or two, but Comey Can't Communicate, for example, is just like my comfort anime that I watch. It keeps coming on like new episode every Wednesday, and I'm just keeping up with. I'm just like, this is just so sweet. She just, in high school, just trying to get a social life going. She has a difficult time communicating, but she getting friends. And even if I have no one else to talk about it with, I'm just like, this is me. This is original Kristen that got started in 8th grade. So I'm just like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a balance. It's a balance. But I mean, hey, don't give up on that podcast dream, girl. I mean, I'm in it now, and I've been enjoying it so far. Shit, we're gonna have to have you as a guest one day, on a podcast too. See how you
Mm.
like it.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Um, Now one thing that I want to kind of go back to, and I want I was thinking about starting with it too, but like we was like, ooh, Naruto, and we having fun with it. That's the good thing about just having organic conversation. But I wanted to ask you where you got your name Giggity from, because my natural thought is, oh, she must be in the Family Guy, Quagmire, Giggity, Yiggity. I don't. Am I
Yes,
wrong? Am I right? Where did it come from?
it's not from there. It was,
Oh, okay.
I don't know when Family Guy came out, but it's not from there at all. So my real name starts with the Y, it's Yasmin. So my best friend, I would go over to his house all the time. Like we were we were just really close. So his family, he has his aunt would come over. He'd be like, "Oh, I mean, goodness, she'd be like, oh, Yasmin's here,' but she wouldn't call me Yasmin. She'd be like, oh, hey, Yiggity Yaz,' or and then she would expound on the alliteration. She'll be like, Yiggity Yaz, y'all. There go Yiggity Yaz, y'all.
Oh.
Because you know how people, when you coming around family, they go Yiggity Yaz, y'all. So it was just something that always stuck in my head. So no one seriously called me Yiggity or Yiggity Yaz. It was just like her intro for me when I came over. So when I got on, because I didn't even start using this the name Yiggity until 2018. And when I tell you I went through so many spelling variations to get to Yiggidy, like I was really sitting there like with pencil and paper. I'm like, should it be a T? Because it's Yiggity, but it's Yiggity. And then I'm like, dang, like I don't even know where to go. I guess I should have looked up the spelling for Giggity. That would have helped out. But
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I don't know. And then I have one ugly variation where it's like Yggade. I mean Ady. And I'm like, A doesn't really belong there. So it took a lot to get to this spelling of it. But yeah, no one really calls me Yiggity in real life except for her. And maybe a few of his cousins.
Girl, I feel like I don't know how many times I actually call you Yasmin. I feel like maybe half and half, maybe. I'm used to, because I met you in 2018, and that's when you said you started using it. So I was just kind of like, you know what? We're gonna get into that right now. Okay. So us meeting in 2018, um, we met at DreamCon, and of course for everybody else to know, we met at DreamCon. I went by myself, you went with a friend. And for those of you who may or may not know, DreamCon was created by RDC World, and apparently, I guess, like the name, the what it stood for apparently is new to some people. I kind of do like either real dreamers change the world, or real dream changers interchangeably in my mind is what I've heard, but I guess it's kind of new to people right now. So
I seen that. I was like, how did y'all not know this? But I was like, I guess it depends on like how much exposure you had to them.
yeah,
But
like that was like,
everybody's mind is like blown. Like, oh, it's dance or something.
it's like, what did you think RDC? You just thought they just like those are the favorite letters? I don't know. I don't know. But ultimately, getting like at your name and stuff, you were quite the famous one to RDC because of being a moderator and them knowing you by the name Yiggidy. So, can you like tell us about that? How you got started as a moderator, and like what that takes and what that's like,
All right.
and
So
how you
that's what I
got
was
famous?
thinking. I was like, I started using my name in 2018, but it had to be before that because the convention was in 2018. Child, I don't know when I started using the name, but so RDC used to stream, but RDC was already popular, but in the YouTube realms. So I guess trying to cross platforms, you're not going to be as popular on one platform as you are on another until you get that
Right.
exposure. So when RDC transitioned into Twitch, I was like, what is Twitch? So I would pull it up and I'm literally just watching these boys live, full screen, not realizing that there's a chat and people are talking. So when I finally created my account, I was heavily involved in their stream. Like once I got over the panic of speaking, y'all won't understand how long I had my Twitch account, which I only had it for RDC, versus the time
Oh.
I actually started talking in their streams.
Hmm.
Because I'm a naturally shy and timid person. Like even on the internet, behind the screen, I'm just like, I don't want to say the wrong things, or what if they do this? What like so much anxiety in my own head over something that I consider very simple right now. Like I got over it, thankfully. But I was very nervous, so I would type in there, and then they used to have like 400 views or 100 views, 400 views, and eventually it like grew, but it was very tight knit, so everybody knew everybody in that stream. So that's how my name kind of circulated about, because I just had a presence. Like once I got over my initial fears, I was just myself, I was genuine, and I was able to communicate to RDC through Twitch when they were in their humble beginnings.
I was like,
So
dang, 100 a few. I was like, dang, that was really the start.
yeah, and one stream they needed moderators. It was actually the first stream where I think we donated like over $1,000, which back in them days, that was a lot to them at that time, and it was
Yeah.
during the time where they needed it. So during that stream, they made me a moderator along with a few other people. So not only did they know me as like a chat regular, then I became a moderator, and then like the rapport just kept building.
Hmm. Dang,
Yeah.
that's
So
so
I would
cool.
just say being genuine and being a fan, because when I tell you, like, you can ask my mother like how much love I have for RDC, and I still have so much love for them, because
Oh,
they opened my eyes and they changed how I view things and how you can be yourself and still not be considered like weird, or like who defines weird, but like
right.
still not being associated with like the Naruto run, I guess. Like I'm a regular
Yeah.
person. I have a love for anime. Like yes, I'm weird, but aren't we all type thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like I literally was just talking to my coworker just before I got home, and I'm just like, everybody has a nerd, a little bit of nerd in them, whether like it's over like something math related or Greek
mhm.
mythology related. We all geek out about something. You know, it's all in
Yes.
us, but some people feel like, they may be ashamed of it, I guess, or they may be jealous that other people are more proud of it. And then they try to label it as other names because misery loves company. That's my
Mhm.
view on it. So I also really very much appreciate RDC World for what they've done, what they're doing. Like you and I became friends from it. Like literally, like girl, wasn't nothing stopping me from going to DreamCon. I was gonna meet my people. Okay, I was gonna meet my people. I may be nervously sweating here and there, but out look.
Yes. I don't even remember how we, like, I remember you being there, but I don't remember how it initiated. Like I
We
just felt
don't,
like you kind of gravitated toward us, and we
yeah,
just
like
started
we ran into each other at one of the doors, like, and I was going towards the door, either out the door or like down the hallway. This is in Waco, Texas, and you and Zanaya were coming in, and we just ran into each other, and we said something, And I wish I could remember what we said, but we just like clicked. And you asked me, was I here with anybody? And I was not. And you thought that was cool.
Yes, I did. I was 23 when I went to that convention. When I went to because I was still living with my mother at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to this convention in Texas. And she was like, you going by yourself? She was like, no. I had never been on the plane. Like, the only time I traveled was with, like, somewhere you could drive, like, maybe 5 hours up the road. She was like, you're not going, like, to a different state by yourself. Like, think about this. That's why I invited Zanaya. And what's funny is Zanaya is not into anime. Like, she said she watched it in, like, her preteen ages, but, like, she was not into anime, but she likes gaming, but she's not a gamer. She'll just watch people game. So it just goes to show the atmosphere that DreamCon had, because not only did she go with me the first year, she also went the second year because she just liked how inviting it was, and how even if that wasn't your specific interest, like, she's not really a gamer, even though she likes to watch people game. She doesn't watch anime, but it just had an inviting atmosphere where it made it feel like she wanted to come back. It felt very homey to me those first 2 years.
God, there was nothing like the first 2 years. Like the first two, every year was unique, but the first 2 years are very different from the third one. Yeah. Very, very different. Like it felt like it blew up overnight.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I was like, because if you'd have went to DreamCon in 2018, you'd have seen all the content creators, the talent, just walking around freely, stopping and having conversation with them. It was natural, it was organic. It felt like you were at a cookout with your cousins, them at a family event.
Basketball.
Like, oh, you taking pictures with people, you playing basketball, you watching like different events like wrestling, you doing a little shopping, supporting people. Like, it was just so inviting and so natural. Even Mark's family was there.
Oh my
God. They were speaking with you and talking to you, and just like, it just felt, and those first 2 years felt the exact same, although they were unique in their own ways, but they just had that kind of atmosphere. Which this the third year, like, it seemed like it was 30 times more people. It wasn't, but it felt like it.
I was like, I had my experiences like the first couple of times. I felt like kind of lost the third time. I'm just like, are we elbowing each other? Like, get out the way. Like, what is where? What are we doing? Like, oh, that was.
And it was a new location too. So we kind of had the old floor plan, like in Waco. It was smaller. You could figure. Ooh.
Somebody trying to attack you.
Girl, I was about to run.
I was like, at least we saw
what's going on. I'll fix that later.
But okay, there's somebody back there.
No, I had hung this up because this is where I stream when I do my Twitch thing. But it has never failed. I just rehung it up, and that's probably the problem. Trying to improve stuff that messed it up.
Girl, you good. We just got excited, that's all.
But
I forgot about Mark's mom too.
His cousins and his family. Let me fix this real quick. 1 second.
Oh yeah, you good. Take your time. Good dang.
I'm glad this ain't happened while I was streaming, honey. I've been so ashamed. They were like, what is going on?
It'd be like Yiggidy's haunted stream.
It was just like random.
I was like, if something happened, I mean, we got eyes on whoever it is. You know, we can send somebody out. Shoot.
Yeah, y'all better come out for me.
Girl, oh yeah, you in Eastern time. Okay, yeah. I'm a little too far away for that, but I would call somebody. I'm like 911 Universal Lane, and there we go. Go to this. I don't know. That's such a shame.
Just send it to Zanaya. Maybe she'll know what to do with it.
Yes, bees. I like every time you do this. It's like I feel like that girl. Just make an ASMR channel and just like do your beads. soothing
I
sound.
don't. It's such a natural response. I don't. I'm gonna be sad when I take them out, but I've been loving these beats.
It's the vibe for the summertime, girl. It really is.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, Twitch. While we're on that topic, um, are you kind of doing a balance of both, where it's like, are you? I didn't know if you were still like doing the moderator stuff with RDC, or completely transitioned over into like streaming. But how's that? How has that been to like go over into your own um gaming stuff, or like, when you're just chatting it up? Because I love to watch a good 5-hour video, girl. I don't know how you get the stamina. You're gonna have to tell us your secret. But like, what's the journey been like for you with Twitch?
So at the beginning, I didn't want to talk on Twitch, and then I was like, "Oh, these people are nice. They're friendly. They're inviting." So I've actually built a community around, well, in Twitch, um, through RDC. Really, I can't attribute it to anybody else. It was because of RDC. Being in that Twitch community, because they started to grow and because you were familiar with people, that actually led us to branch out into another app called Discord, which I know you're familiar with, Kristen. But
I'm not on your
so to me,
Discord.
ma'am,
Did I
I
join
said
your
ma'am.
Discord already?
I don't think you're in my Discord, but I am in yours. I just
Yeah,
because I didn't know you had a Discord until I seen it on Instagram. I'm like, and I'm not there. So, oh
I'm
yeah,
still new.
but I don't think you're in mine as yeah, I don't think so, but I'll check.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, so those apps go hand in hand, and I didn't realize. So when I was introduced to Twitch, it was new territory. Like it was a gaming platform that I'd never heard of. And then I was introduced to Discord, which is similar to it's a social media. I can't compare. I guess you would compare it to Kick or something. I don't know. I don't know how to like what to compare Discord to, but yeah, just from there I was able to talk to people that had that love for RDC, and then that branched off. Like we had similar interests, like oh we like anime, or oh we like these shows, or XYZ, or like we like to talk about real life events. And then it was 2021. No, it was 2020. It was December of 2020. I was like, I'm gonna stream. I can be a streamer. I'll just talk. This will be how I get into my podcast career. So I
Mm.
would start these streams, and my first stream was actually very successful on Twitch, but it was only because I had the support of the community that I had met through RDC.
Yes, network.
Yes. So it's and I what's funny is I used to hate the term networking because I was like, it just feels
Uh-oh.
ingenuine. It feels ingenuine. Like I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here so you can scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. I hated
Absolutely.
it. But it's like it's very useful, and you actually meet people that you will grow to care about, or you'll have a mutual relationship, which is what networking is all about. But
Mhm.
something about it in my head, I was just like, it doesn't feel genuine. I just want friends, and friends
I
support
feel you.
friends, but I don't want to call it networking. So I rarely use that term networking, but it's
Mhm.
basically what it is. But the community, they came out, and I don't like calling them a community because they were literally they're my friends.
Your
They
family.
came
Your
and supported
family.
me. Yes, it's like a family. They supported me on my first stream, and then that actually, like, the way Twitch works is if there's a lot of activity in your chat, or if you have a lot of views already, that attracts more.
Mm.
So it set a great foundation for my streaming career, and it got me more followers and things of that nature. And also even just being in the RDC chat, and someone from my community be like, "Oh, hey Yiggidy, are you streaming today?" Stuff like that. Even though I don't like that, because I'm like, I'm not trying to promote here. I would never go into anyone's chat and be like, "Hey, I'm streaming." No, that's
Oh,
not who
I
I
feel
am.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to steal the spotlight from anyone. So when I'm in RDC chat, I'm strictly there to like moderate. So that's how I spend that time. And then when I go to stream, that's what I'm there for. Like I don't even know if RDC knows I stream. Like they know I'm doing my own thing, but I don't think they know I stream on Twitch. They know I'm like doing content creation, things of that nature. But I just don't like to advertise because I don't want to capitalize off of certain relationships and make it feel as though it's ingenuine.
I feel you. Cause
But
I
on the side of, well, go ahead.
no, I was just saying that is kind of hard to balance. Like, you have like your connections there, and sometimes when like on the other side, people will be like, "Oh, why do you just ask?" or something like this. Like, you don't want to impose or like intrude on somebody's stuff. That I think people could use like the balance of what you have and being low key and letting it be natural instead of being an opportunist. Like, it's hard to
Yeah.
like balance that out. So I'm gonna pass it back over to you, but that's just what I was
Yeah.
saying.
Well, the one thing I've observed being a moderator for RDC is that people will try to like um get their own spotlight. And I'm like, I mean, I can respect the hustle to an extent, but you're trying to capitalize off of something you didn't build or something you didn't earn, and you're not really there to support them. You're there to um progress your own agenda. You're there for yourself. So
Right.
that I never wanted that idea of me portrayed like that. I didn't want to say, "Oh, I asked RDC for XYZ." Now, if they offer something, I'm not gonna be like, "No, no." I'm like, oh, "Okay, that's." I would accept it because I feel like it would be genuine on their side from the genuine support that I showed them as well. And that's
Hmm.
why I love RDC because I feel like they're very genuine people. So
Yes.
it's a balance.
Oh, I think it's very good to know that like you have that spirit about you, because like, you never know how people are until you're like around them in person, and you just kind of like get a feel for like maybe like if this is a true friend, if this is a genuine connection. um like, is this, as far as it goes, as far as like, a partnership or something like that. And honestly, I think that like where you are is where like the true like success of things happen. Like how RDC is very genuine, in their own lane, doing whatever comes to mind, quick on their feet with it. Like, it's just like they're doing them and you're doing you. And if that naturally works into like, doing something together one day, then it does. But like not pushing it to where it's like, whoa, like, this what you've been doing this whole time. Like, I feel you on that. I really do. And I
Yeah.
respect it, girl. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh. Yes. You're gaming. You're gaming. Yes. What type of games do you like to play? Like, and like, do you have a favorite? Do you feel like you're kind of like getting ready to get into some tournaments or something like that? Like, are we gonna see Yiggidy at the?
You know what? I am ranked number one in North America as the no, I'm playing.
All right.
I'm not ranked in
Celebrity
nothing. No.
status.
Trying
Okay,
to
girl.
drop some inaccurate stats. No, I as far as gaming, I would say I like to watch people game. I was always trash. And I'm just now becoming like the notch above trash. Like I'm not a reliable teammate in shooter games, but sometimes I
Girl.
clutch out for you. So the games I'm playing now, I would say right now Apex has me in a chokehold. Apex Legends. It used to be
Mm.
Rogue Company that I love, and that's another shooter. It's a third person shooter. And then beyond that, I was playing like I would play GTA, but I was actually doing GTA role play. So that's going back into the content side of gameplay.
Mm.
Um where you would just are you familiar with GTA roleplay at all?
Not at all, girl.
I
I
hate
have
this.
a
I hate it
GTA
so much.
game, but I don't know what you were talking about. I feel like I'm one of those where it's like, they make fun of girls. It's just like girls just be playing GTA to drive. I love
Literally, I
it.
play GTA roleplay just to look cute. So they'll
Role
probably judge me
playing?
too.
Huh.
So okay, have you ever seen Sims?
I have.
Okay, do you know like how they make the little YouTube videos of Sims?
Mm-hmm.
Like how they have the whole story and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see like name something similar. So GTA roleplay is basically the game of Grand Theft Auto. You control it's online. You're in the server. and you just role play out. You can make your own storyline with anybody else in there.
Oh, I feel like I've seen that before. There's one guy that does. It's like it's 85 something. I don't know his name. I know it has like it's 85 in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes like a lot of like GTA, like it's like he remakes movies, or he makes different like scenes that are like really dramatic. Like I think I
Yeah,
know what you're talking
it's
about, but I
similar
never
to
knew what it
that.
was called.
Yeah, it's role playing. So you can do it with different games because I know they have. I don't know if you know Red Dead Redemption. They
You
do
can do
role
it with
play as
that.
well. Yeah, I haven't done that. I've just done GTA. So I
Hmm.
hate explaining it to people because it takes me
Awkward.
back to when I was a child. I'm like, oh, I don't watch anime, but yes, you do. You can be honest about it. You can
Yes, you're
have
open.
interest. Because I before I started doing that, I was like, that's not my lane. Like I don't know what's going on. I want nothing to do with it. Then I actually got involved with it and started playing and like role playing out these scenes, and it ended up being funny content or just great content. It's like watching a soap opera live. It's just with
Mm.
GTA,
I
and
never
plus you
knew
get to
how
make your
people
own
did.
outfit. So I love to be cute on there.
I literally never knew how people did that. I was like, how are you putting voices? How are you making the scenario?
That's what I literally used to think this because I seen the first time I seen it that I can remember was Berleezy, and I didn't even realize it was Berleezy at the time. I was like,
Really?
no, I think I did. It was Berleezy, and like I think he kept dying. I'm like, how did he create the scene? Like, how did he know this was gonna
Yeah.
happen? And then I was like, okay, if this isn't interactive, maybe he wrote the script and gave them their part and told them to do X. Like, it really blew my mind. And then like the community I'm with, the girls, Rihanna and Addie, they already knew what GTA roleplay was. They explained it to me and they got me into it. So I went
Hmm.
through a arc is what I'll call it, where I was on there from like sunrise to sunset.
Hmm. Dang. I never know what all you can do with games. I feel like I'm more than a rookie. Like, oh my goodness. Do you have Switch? Do you have Nintendo Switch?
I wanted a Switch so bad, and I'm not even like a hardcore gamer. It's just that the idea of it, I want one so bad, but no, I don't have one.
Girl, I literally just got one. It was a gift. I got one on my birthday a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, I just want to like I got like one game right now, but you know, I'm
Y'all
gonna
wait, just wait. I
wait."
seen you you had put something on your Instagram. You're like, I'm doing a tutorial and I realized it's one of 72. Cause it was like so I guess
Girl,
you gotta like fight. I don't know what kind of game it was.
it was that ultimate Super Smash Bros game, like the one that like everybody be playing at the tournaments and
Oh.
stuff. I'm just like, I'm not gonna be a spammer, okay? I'm gonna learn all the combos. And I saw it was 77 of them. I was like, oh Lord, this
I'd have been like, skip. Thank you. I'll just spam some buttons now.
I was like, dang. But like one day, that's why I was asking. I was like, dang, you gonna get into tournaments? Cause like we could low key be like a, little duo somewhere.
I spaz too much. Like I'll be gaming, hold my controller. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble, and I'm just like, what do I do?
Like,
And like my friend's like, just be calm. Like, why are you reacting like this? I'm like, I guess I'm just an anxious person.
no,
I
I
don't know
feel
how to
you
get
on
over that.
that. I literally would learn like 5 moves and then just press the same button because I forgot it all in the moment. I don't know. It's like I guess it's like poker. Like it's luck and strategy at the same time.
Mm,
I don't know
yeah.
how they do it. But I mean, when you get one, we gotta friend each other and we gotta figure out how to practice. I'm still trying to get like my line sister to like figure out how to friend me. I'm just like, girl, just wait till we get in the same place. We gotta get this going. Oh
Mm-hmm.
gosh. But as far as what everything's led to now, with how you've progressed in Twitch, let's talk about your talent show. So how and why did you come up with the talent show? Like, is it you as the judge, or is it like I know I met like you and a group of other people at the last Dream Con. Like, are they involved too? So like, how is this happening? Like, tell us all about it.
Okay, so for the talent show, I guess a little bit about what I do on Twitch because I'm not your typical gamer. Like sometimes I'll play a game, but really I'm a just chatter. So I'll talk about popular topics or just some topics I thought about, something that happened to me. Maybe I'll tell you a story. It's more of a conversation that I have with people versus just gameplay, just straight gameplay, great gameplay, even though I'm not great. But I just have conversations with people. So to make it more interesting or to add depth to like the content I create, I would have events. So I would have date nights. I had a spelling bee once.
What?
I had
I
yeah, I always come up with
missed
events. And I want to say, like,
early.
I lately I've been calling myself the blueprint because everything I started doing on Twitch, which I never seen in any of the communities, like all of a sudden, like same ideas just popping up in different areas. I'm like,
Oh,
I
girl.
feel like I put y'all along, but I'm gonna
You
stay
did.
humble.
You
Like,
did.
so no one had ever done a talent show before. So I was like, I'm gonna host a talent show on Twitch because I can't game. And
Yeah.
that's just what I want to do. Like, I know talented individuals. I know people that play instruments or they sing or they rap or they like to write poems. I was like, we're gonna give you
Mhm.
your time to shine. And as well as it's providing content for me. So that's where I get into like these are my friends versus me networking. It's like I'm doing something for you and for me, so it's technically networking, but yeah, I hate that word. Anyway, but
Showcase.
so I came up with the first idea to have a talent show, and it was very successful. It was like my highest rated stream to date, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's just something I want to do not too often. I don't want to just like throw it back to back, but every now and then I'll do a big talent show, and
Oh, so
I
this
will
is the
host
second
it.
one? I'm sorry,
This
this is
is
the
actually my
second one?
third.
What? I
Yeah.
am. How did I miss the first two? Oh,
Yes. Well, I
dang.
so that's probably my fault because when I was streaming on Twitch, I just kept it to Twitch. I didn't see the value or the importance of like spanning multiple platforms because that's
Mhm.
important to like go into different like TikTok and Twitch and Instagram, like promote yourself in different ways. So I
Mhm.
used to keep it very low key because it was just like one of those anime things, like they're not gonna understand. So I kept it in its own little bubble. Whereas now I speak about it freely. So this is my third talent show. So what I do is I will advertise. I'll create a flyer myself. And I'll send it out. I'm like, I'm looking for talent. And there's always people that are like, oh, well, I have this talent, or I would like to do this. So I'll come up with the rules like send it into this email. Here's your deadline. Here's how many minutes you're allotted, and I'll send it out. And each time I host it, but I always pick 3 judges.
Hmm.
So this talent show, I have other talent from Twitch as the judge, which is another way to like help them get exposure, as well as them
Mhm.
helping me judge the talent show. Because to be honest, I hate judging talent. Like I like to sit there and enjoy it, but I
Yeah.
don't want to say, oh, well, I enjoyed this more than this. Like I do not want to do that. That is
It's
not my lane.
hard.
But I can host. I will say I can host, but I'm not gonna judge nothing. So I picked 3 talents. So from Twitch to host, we have What's Up Sal. He's someone I know for over a year now. Um and he asked to be a judge. He wanted to judge and basically be a part of the talent show. And he also recruited some talent too, so that was pretty like we help each other. And then I have her name is Hot Girl Trend. She's someone I've known since my RDC days as a moderator. She was in their chat heavy too. So this just goes to show like how relationships can be long lasting
Right.
from something you would never expect. And then we have a streamer that I just met recently. We actually shared the same name, which is why I started following her in the first place because you don't see that often. But her name is Queen Anipse, Anipse being Yasmin backwards. I was like,
Oh shoot!
so when I seen her in the recommended, I said, Say. I said, that's Yasmin backwards. I said, let me click on this girl. And she's really funny. She's really cool. So I asked her to be a judge. And she was delighted. So those are my judges.
Oh.
And basically I'm going to play all the clips that I was sent, the songs, the poems, and everything, and they're going to judge it. And we'll of course have input from the audience as well, and then they will say who the third, second, and first place are, and there is a cash prize too issued at this talent show.
Dang, that's legit. Cash prize, y'all. Look, it's con season. If you're trying to, get that cosplay that you've been waiting on, if you've been trying to get the plane tickets because the prices of that going up, prices of gas going up, just now if you're gonna submit the crate challenge, we're not responsible for anything.
I need to put like a warning.
Like,
Performed by a professional.
don't break your leg, don't break your back, don't be careful. That's all.
Don't say it was in the name of Yiggidy. Like, no, I did not tell these folks to do that. I did not. I'm not responsible.
Like, hey, before I run up these crates, I want to shout out Yiggidy, yeah.
No, I'm like, we're gonna go ahead and exit out of this commercial, please.
Oh my gosh, I bet that's how ridiculousness is. Like, there's no telling what videos they get they can't even like post. I can't imagine. But as we get closer to the hour mark, I want to ask you a couple more things. So out of the different things that you've experimented on, that you tried out, that you laid out the blueprint for, gotta slow down. All these things that you've done, like, what's your ultimate goal down the line to get to? Like, where do you see yourself going with the different things that you're doing?
So right now, it's just me working by myself, doing the things that I'm interested in. But I feel as though with me streaming, like the views and things are very linear. So I would like to put together a team, and I'm actually working on that with some of the people that I met from RDC's Twitch channel. So some of the folks, we have lasting connections, and we're actually going to move in with each other at the end of this year in Dallas. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's lit. That's lit. I'm going.
Yes. And it's funny, like I'll see people do that on social media. I'm like, how did y'all even how do you know you want to live with them and all, like I'm like, I don't know if that's for me, but it's so funny how things played out because I had mentioned it. I was like, what if we do a house and we focus on our streaming and our podcasts and like things that we're interested in and put that as a priority. What's funny, do you remember I think her name was Alex from DreamCon?
It's not really coming to my mind right off the
I think her name is Pop something on Instagram.
I feel like it's just one of those. Maybe
you'll see it, like you'll know if you see her because we see her every year.
Okay, I was like, we see each other every year.
We see her every year, but
okay,
I can't remember. That may not be her name, but I was just speaking with her, and she because she wanted to submit on the talent show. She was like, work kind of just consumed me, and I'm like, and she said how she couldn't focus on her dream, and I'm like, that's what we do oftentimes. We have to focus on our responsibilities, and we always end up in situations where we have to put our dreams on the back end, to the back of the bus or something like that. But it's just something I want to prioritize. Like, instead of having free time to do XYZ, I want to grow in my profession, like the career I'm trying to pursue. As far as hosting things or just having a podcast or creating content like on YouTube and on TikTok and things of that nature, just putting my free time towards that so I can progress myself instead of just like, oh well, I'll get to it when I get to it. So that's a decision we made, to put our dreams first. You know, real dreams change the world. Shout
Yes,
out
I'm
RBC
like, oh,
again.
I see that. I see.
So that's where I am right now. That's what it's progressing to, because it is something I enjoy, especially someone who is shy and as timid as I am. And sometimes I feel like I can't communicate, and sometimes my words don't come out like they are in my head. Sometimes I really have to concentrate, and I still don't say it right. It's just it's something I want to. It's still something I enjoy to talk to people and to interact with people. So I want to get better at that, better at public speaking, and better at interacting with people and making friends and things of that nature.
I feel you. I think that's really awesome. Because I know you said you don't like the word network, but
That's
um,
what it is.
yeah, I was gonna say like it kind of overlaps in this case. Like the network piece comes into play like when you're finding the benefit in having people who want the same things that you do.
Mm.
Like just being around them can change how your habits are. And naturally that does form into friendships because you're on the same page doing the same things. Somebody's low could be around somebody's high and it evens out to like everybody's still moving forward type of thing. So like
Mhm.
I definitely like think, having a dream Dallas house would be really awesome. I'm just like, hey, y'all make me want to move to Texas. I'm in Alabama. I love, I mean, that's where BlerdOver is. I just kind of lucked up and happen to live in the same place with
Being
my
a
friends.
yeah.
It's like, dang, look, Texas is like where everybody's going. It used to be New York I mean, it still is like New York,
LA.
LA, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's like Texas, look, y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out. It's already ripping and running.
Mhm.
But all in all, this hour went by really fast. Like I was like, dang, where did the time go? I definitely I know you mentioned it at the beginning, but I also want to give you additional time to just, talk about yourself as far as like where people can find you on however many platforms you are on. And just, just plug yourself, plug yourself.
All right. So you can find me on twitch.tv/Yiggidy. That's spelled Yiggidy. You can find me on Instagram at Yiggity.tv. You can find me at TikTok at Yiggity.tv. And one day I'll make a Twitter and you'll find me there. Um, and we've already discussed my talent show, but I like to just talk and have a good conversation and interact with different people, make friends, and hopefully we can be friends or grow together. You'll watch me or whatever it may be, whatever it may come out of it. But that's who I am. Put a
Yay.
little half heart.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Let me
Oh,
oh, man. Oh, we kind of close enough.
it was close.
It was close. It was a heart. We knew what it was.
We knew what it meant. Like we
We
had it.
did.
We had it.
We had we
But yes, even this interview today, like this just goes to show, like in the past, I would have never thought I could make friends online or from behind the screen. And basically, one thing led to another, and I met these people in real life. I met you in real life, so it just goes to show that relationships will spawn where you never thought imaginable.
absolutely. Don't be afraid to go to cons by yourself, y'all, because that's what I did the first two dream cons, and started to grow more friends. And you think you're going by yourself, but then you're gonna see all your friends there, and that's how this bond started. And we're gonna be at DreamCon for the fourth time for both of us. That's the most I've ever been to like any convention. Both times. Look, if it went for 2020, it would have been five. You know what I'm saying?
Yup. They played
Oh,
us out of the year, but yeah. And
it's
that's the one thing I really admired about you. I was like, you traveled here from a different state by yourself? And the
I
way that you just
had
have a
to do
very
it.
inviting, I don't want to say aura, but you're very inviting, as
Thank
yourself. Like you just have inviting smile, personality. You just want to be around people like you. So
Oh, you
it
gotta make
was
me
easy. I was like, that's why it's easy for you to travel.
blush.
Travel alone to a different convention. You know you'll make friends. And
Girl,
you're just so genuine with it. I was like, okay.
I had to have
And
my friend.
the first year, I think I gave you a ride to back to your spot.
You did. You did.
Or the second night or something. But I just like I was like, she's genuine. I like her. This is gonna be our friend. I was like, I hope I see you next year. And we saw each other next year.
And the year after that, and the year after that, and so on
It's
and
gonna
so
be,
on.
yeah.
It's been stuff. I was like, ain't nobody gonna stop me from having fun. Nobody's gonna stop me from seeing RDC World. And ain't nobody stopping me from seeing Berleezy. Oh, I ain't waiting on nobody. Now he know my name. I'm just like, ooh.
No, that
And
video I got of y'all.
girl, I literally when I shared this link with you, I was like, oh my God. I saw all the other videos and pictures we had from like 2018 and 2019. I was like, dang, this is really a friendship.
You come to where it works.
I'm not taking oh God, okay, let me start getting emotional. I'm gonna end this with some announcements on BlerdOver side. So of course the first announcement is this Saturday, June 11th. Y'all better be at that talent show. If you know missed the deadline, I did see you posted like you could still submit a video, so just take advantage of that. You know, take advantage of that. You don't want to miss out on a cash prize. Another thing is this weekend, BlerdOver, a few of us will be in Atlanta for the Rangers Stop and Pop convention. So you saw the founder of BlerdOver, Skip.88, interview the Yellow Ranger, Nakia Baris, a few weeks ago. She will be at the convention, and yes, so will we. So if you're a huge like Power Ranger nerd, or even if you're not, like, I mean, if you watched any of Power Rangers, just show up. Show up. And another thing is this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, BlerdOver will be having another podcast. We will be calling that "Twas the Night Before Juneteenth." That's going to be an awesome one. We're going to have a special guest on there as well. So you definitely don't want to miss that and the topics that we're going to talk about. So yes, look for this Thursday. Twas the night before Juneteenth. The last thing I'll say, on Juneteenth Day, Sunday, June 19th, the documentary for BlerdOver on Skip.88 will drop. So make sure you stay tuned to see the documentary. You may have seen on the page him posting about it and giving sneak peeks, and saying that it's gonna be out soon. The time has finally come. So yes, we already celebrate Blackness, and so let's get an inside look on who the man is behind the BlerdOver name. And with that being said, again, my name is Kristen, aka Blerd Sunbae, mainly on Instagram. You can find any link to anything. It all starts in Instagram. I had a great time with my special guest, my special friend, my girl, my kind friend, Yasmin, aka Yiggidy. And we hope y'all have a great evening. We appreciate y'all. And maybe even next time I have another word of the week, Korean word of the week to bring y'all. So it'll be goodbye next time. I'll figure it out. But I just know Anya got still. So there we go. All right. Peace out to Facebook and peace out to YouTube.